CreateSpace is a place for Dundee students and staff to create, learn and de-stress. We're located on the ground floor of the main library and there's a huge variety of different ways to create. We have 3D printers, a sewing machine, an embroidery machine, a badge maker, an Arduino, a Cricut, and there's all sorts of different other supplies like things for textile crafts like knitting and crochet and paper crafts like card making. If people want to do something a bit more low-key, we also have colouring books and jigsaw puzzles for like a really nice, easy way to just do something different. And of course, everybody is welcome to bring their own project along or to use the space to study. CreateSpace was set up with the aim of giving students and staff access to supplies that they wouldn't otherwise have and to give everybody the opportunity to make. University can be really, really stressful, so being able to work on creating something and getting that stress out in a way that's not trying to do more schoolwork is really good for everybody's mental health and for just getting them to stay calm and have a good time while they're at uni. Obviously, it's not possible for a normal person to just go out and buy a 3D printer if they want to try 3D printing or buy a sewing machine if they want to try sewing. So CreateSpace lets people who don't really have the space or the money or the time to give things a go and just try out the equipment completely free of any charge or commitments. So I first got involved in CreateSpace because actually, right after I moved here, I came to check out the library and I saw this room full of all the different machines and equipment and I was like, wow, I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of time here. This is so cool. But then, a few days later, my lab coat came for my online classes and it was a size too small because I got it off the internet. So since I had no time to return it, I thought I had to come to CreateSpace straight away and try and tailor it and sew in this extra panel so that it would actually fit me. So I was definitely in there a lot earlier than I expected to be. But in the end, my lab coat fitted me, so it all worked out. And while I was there, this group of friends saw me sewing it, and they were all sort of like, was that a lab coat? Like, what are you doing? And I ended up showing them how to use the sewing machine. And it was a really fun experience, like explaining how it all worked to them. So when I saw the poster asking for student officers, I sort of looked at it the same day and I was like, I could actually do that. I'll just apply straight away right now. And then I ended up working there.
I am someone who spends a lot of time in the library, and I need to de-stress every now and then. There's no better place than the CreateSpace to do that, where you have lots of different kinds of things you can do, like jigsaw puzzles and crochet, lots of different mandala art that you can color. When I first started, I was a forensic odontology master's student, and I simply loved the concept of interdisciplinary teaching and training. So in my discipline, human remains are treated as evidence and they need to be preserved, so we don't have a lot of access to it. The only thing I could think of for studying it was duplicating what we have for the purpose of studying. And I thought, why not try 3D printing it? And I tried it. It turned out pretty well.
So working at the CreateSpace is a really beneficial experience as well. Like, of course, it's nice as a student to come and use the time and use the space to try new things, but when you're a student officer, you really learn different new skills as well. So, of course, we had to learn like how to use all the different equipment and how to actually do the 3D printing and how to actually sew things. But at the same time, you kind of have to learn how to explain it to people, which is a different skill than just knowing it yourself. So you really have to be able to relate to the other person and like break down the processes in a way they'll understand. And then personally, it's a really beneficial experience for me because my degree is biomedical sciences, so I spend a lot of time doing like lab work or studying, but being able to come to CreateSpace and be doing like making things and creating and talking to other people about it is just so separate. So it's a really nice experience to have that like in my life.
The CreateSpace is a dream come true for individuals who love innovation and experiments. It's a place where your ideas can come to life, bringing together with science, technology, and art. I've certainly learned how to use the 3D printer, but then I also learned how to design myself for things or for my own ideas. Calligraphy is one of my favorite things to do. And CreateSpace not only has calligraphy pens, they also have a digital embroidery machine where you can give in your own designs and that the machine would actually sew them on your fabric for you. They also have a pin badge machine where I made these cool, cute pin badges for my department.
Last year, there was so many funny experiences working there. I think everybody has their own stories, but my favourite one is the time I walked in just on a normal day. I wasn't even working that day. And there was just about 10 or 15 people running around the whole room making this gigantic Loch Ness Monster costume. And I mean, it wasn't even Halloween. They were just making it for something. And I just thought it was so funny because I grew up near Loch Ness, so seeing them making it, I was like, I know who that is. And I sent a picture to my parents being like, we should make a Nessie costume. Like, we can go and scare the tourists with it. But they didn't go for it. But it was a really good costume. But I mean, apart from all the funny stories, there's also a really sort of nice human aspect of working there, because when you're explaining something to somebody and like telling them how to use the equipment, and you can just see the minute where it all clicks in their head and they're like, oh, I know how to do it. And then you come back later on another day and you see them working on something by themselves, and it's like, I actually explained to somebody how this works and now they know how to do it. Like, just sharing the skills and like having that experience of connection with different people is really something amazing.
Yeah, I agree. My highlight would have been the fact that I just started last year at CreateSpace, and I got to meet so many different people, and all the friends I made, that was my highlight. In the future, what I see for CreateSpace would be, I would like to see an extension of CreateSpace that would include woodworks and pottery, but also, even though nature is outside the spectrum of CreateSpace, I would like to work on developing a program that would get students involved in wildlife and nature. For example, reforestation.
Something really special about the CreateSpace is sort of that ability to join different disciplines together. So I really like seeing people do that just now, and I hope to see it more going forwards, like the cross-equipment opportunities. So not only things like using art in a way to collect yourself with nature, or like using different skills such as if you 3D print something, you can use the vacuum former to then make a mold of the same model. And I think people don't really realize all the different opportunities you can have with, or even making something on the computer and then embroidering it with the embroidery machine. So I think I really want to see more people sort of chaining their tasks together and making something really amazing by the end of it. And I also hope that people will still keep coming to CreateSpace, because we really have adapted well to the current circumstances. So we have training videos are coming, we have online workshops, we have just a whole lot of different things you can still do even though you can't really be in there all the time. So we're just hoping that CreateSpace can really be a source of like de-stressing and having a good time for everybody.
Thank you.